Hi everybody, it's Sally from Sally Stampers. Thank you for joining me today. Today I'm bringing you my Noble Peacock box. Isn't it just stunning, this DSP and these foil sheets that coordinate? Absolutely love it. Really simple style box. These were actually made for some friends of mine. In fact, if I can very quickly get you the photos up on my phone, I can show you, because I did take them to show my daughter before I went, and I said, I hope these are okay, and she said, yeah, they're lovely. Yes, here we go, and you see them. So I made three for my friends, and they actually contained a little miniature bottle of gin and a bracelet. I took them with me and obviously gave them to my friends when I spent some time with them, and it was just wonderful. So I thought, well, why not bring you the box and show you what I made? So yes, this houses a miniature bottle of gin and a bracelet. So I'm going to show you how to make it. This one I'm going to use with this gorgeous paper, and in fact it's that reflective look. Can you see there? You can see my tripod and my camera. Fabulous. So yes, beautiful Noble Peacock DSP. I just find it stunning, and because it's speciality, it's really thick as well, so it's great for boxes. So then, to start off with, you're going to need a piece of Noble Peacock DSP that is 9 3/4 by 12 inches. So you need pretty much a full sheet. On the long side, we are going to score at 3.5, 5 3/4, 9 1/4, and 11.5. And in centimetres, that will be 9, 14.5, 23.5 and 29 centimetres. I'm then going to rotate clockwise because I want my pattern running the correct way, and we're going to score at, actually I'm telling you fibs, I'm going to no wait, this doesn't seem right, okay, we'll go with it. On the short side we're going to score at 1 inch, 3 1/4 and 7.5. It is right, stop panicking. And that's 2.58 centimetres and 18.5. So we rotated it anti-clockwise, okay, if you have a pattern. Crumbs. I never use patterns, it makes it easier. So again, as we always do, we're going to fold and burnish. Now, I'm not pressing down massively hard on this because I don't want to crack this beautiful paper. So I'm just giving it gentle burnish just to encourage that fold, but I'm not really going to town on it because I don't want to crack it, as I said. So just gentle folds there. And then on the others, again, just gentle folds, gentle burnishes rather. There we go. And then the last two, that one and the last one, there we go. Okay, so beautiful, beautiful. Now, if you've watched my projects recently, you wouldn't may remember the crumbs, I can't remember its name now. It's coming to me. My Christmas Gleaming Micados. Now this box is made in exactly the same way. So this will be the back, if you like, with my seam there. Okay, so we'll start off with the bottom, and we're just simply cutting up these vertical lines here. And then when you get to the far right hand side, we have this skinny little panel here that we're just going to cut away with a wedge across the top. Okay, so that's that gone. So again, folding our box up, we need to remember that this is going to be the front that comes over to close, unless you want it to close backwards, if that makes sense, so that you don't have the opening at the front. It's entirely your choice. Either way, we need to cut away this small skinny strip here, past the first score line down to that second one. So we're just left with that one there. Okay. Then on the top, again, dependent on whether you want that front bit coming over, we're going to cut down again all of the vertical lines past that first score line down to the second. All of them, all the way. Okay. And then again, double check. That's the back, this is the front. So this one here wants cutting away completely. And so these last two pieces here are going to be my shoulders. I love them how I call them shoulders. They probably do have a proper name, but I just call them shoulders. So I'm going to cut them down just about a centimetre below the score line. And then I'm just very carefully cutting very small wedge off the sides. Same again with this one, so about a centimetre down. That really wasn't very straight, was it? Let's try that again. That's better. Cut some little wedges. And then the very last thing to do here is just very small wedges off this top piece here. And that is what you should be left with. Okay, hope you can see all of that. So you've got the bottom panels here, and then your shoulders, missing bit here, and then your lid. So I'm going to run some, she says, famous last words, tear and tape down that panel there. Sorry, down that piece. That little tab there. And because I know that this is the front, because that piece is missing, I'm also going to flip this over and add some tear and tape on the inside of here to keep this one down too. I'm going to take the backing off this one and then just simply fold it over, and then again sides, back, and then the front. And again just ensure that that's all straight and pop that down. You can actually just get your hand inside and press that down. And then your shoulders, as you can see, that's why I took that bit off there so they don't overlap and look a bit of a mess. And then this just tucks in here. And I seem to have only just this second realised I'm doing all of this filming, but I've just realised that I seem to be using the same method of closing my boxes with ribbon for about four different projects now, but it just seems to be nice. I like it. So the beautiful reversible ribbon that is Pretty Peacock and Old Olive. So I'm just going to pop this on the top, and guess what? I'm going to create a bow on the top. Honestly. You know, it's funny because I prepare my videos quite a lot of the time ahead. So like the day I'm filming this one, I've already done 5 others and have 2 more to go. I do it in batch like a lot of other demonstrators. And it wasn't until I was filming all of these together that I've realised that, yeah, I am actually using the same method every time. But anyway, so that can stay like that. If your ribbons do this, I have found that if you use your scissors carefully, you can encourage it to curl the other way. So again, it's just like you do with ribbons on Christmas gifts. Just give it a bit of a curl and it'll start to go the other way. Let me just take that nasty end off that one. And that one just needs trim. There we go. So that's the ribbon on my box. Pretty. So now I just want to add my sentiment. So I have some of the lovely Old Olive that I used the Timeless Label Punch to stamp this out of. And I have some Old Olive here and my classic label punch. But before I do all of that, I need to, and I use silver embossing for my sentiment. So embossing buddy, my Versamark, my block. Time for tags, just because. I was so happy when I noticed that, because it is just a lovely sentiment, because sometimes you do want to send a gift just because. This was one of those times for my friends. It was a just because, you know, thank you for spending time with me, thank you for being my friend, yeah, just because. And so that was perfect for it. Although when I went to make them and or remake them for this, I couldn't actually find the stamp. I thought it was in the itty bitty greetings or whatever, and I was looking, and then my son came in and he said, "What's the matter, Mum? You're doing a lot of huffing and puffing." And I said, "I can't find this sentiment." And as I said that to him, of course, I then found it, and it was time for tags. I was looking completely the wrong place, so that will teach me. So silver embossing powder, heat embossing, teeny tiny little sentiment. It won't take long at all for this one. There we go, done. So for this one, I just took that out of the way. So as I said, for this one, I've used the classic label punch. So I'm just going to put that in there, and you will notice that I'm going slightly to the left with my sentiment. That's because when I have punched it out, I want to pop it back in the punch. So let me zoom in slightly. I'm sure you've seen this done 100 times, but I'll do it again anyway. So I have my sentiment there, stamped out, punched out, sorry, and I'm going to tuck it into my punch here, slide it in. Sometimes it'll do it easily, other times it's going to be a pain. Clearly it wants to be a pain today when I'm trying to do it for you guys. There we go. Oh, come on, why won't it go any further? Oh, that's why, because it's curling up, because I'm pushing it in at an angle, the bottom is hitting and not... Will that fit? No. Piece of card. So let me put that piece of card in. Put that in. There we go. That makes more sense. That's it. Can you see now that the other end's just come out? But I don't want it that far in. So I'm just going to come back a fraction, get rid of that. Just make sure it's still lined up, because you have a habit of sort of tucking it one way or another, and then it won't punch straight. And so I've just taken that small bit off there, but I've made my sentiment just a little bit shorter. So if I bring the punch back in and compare it, you can see that it's a fraction shorter, and that's just what I wanted. Right, let's zoom back out before I forget, because I often do that far too many times. So I now need some of my mini dimensionals on the back of this to go onto my beautiful foil. So I'm going to pop that just centered there. And then I have my Noble Peacock rhinestones. Look, it's a new packet. Oh, new packet. Don't open it. Don't do it. Anybody else feel like that? They're so pretty, but I don't want to use them. Beautiful, beautiful. If you don't have these, by the way, there is another way you can do this. Now, I didn't actually have, this is ridiculous, I didn't have the Noble Peacock rhinestones when I made my boxes or when I prepared my video. But can you see those? How they have, I don't know if it shows up that well, but they have a greeny bluey tint to them. Bermuda Bay dark stamping blend over your basic rhinestone. So if you can see here, I did Old Olive ready on my rhinestones. But then, miraculously, these arrived in a delivery. Who knew? And so I thought, well, that's it now. I can use proper ones. So I put one on there, one just above. Pretty, pretty rhinestones. And then, again doing it either, you should be used to this by now, you know the drill. Leave enough room for your ribbon, pop your dimensionals on the back, and then just simply stick this on your box. And there is my Noble Peacock gift box. Aren't they so pretty? I think this is my favourite. I love Noble Peacock. Sorry, Pretty Peacock, really pretty colour. But there they go. There are my Noble Peacock boxes. Hope you like them, and I promise I'll try not to use this ribbon scenario thing again soon. Have a great day. Bye.